Hello, I'm Miranda Khan. President Obama will outline his plan for immigration reform tomorrow during a primetime address. Today, the White House offers clarification as to why the president has chosen to move forward without Congress.
Republicans in the House have indicated an unwillingness to drop their opposition. And they've also indicated or refused to indicate any sort of willingness to bring up immigration reform legislation in the next Congress.
President Obama's plan will reportedly shield millions of illegal immigrants from deportation, but it won't provide them with federal benefits. But drumming up that kind of support may not be easy. A new Rasmussen report shows 53% of those surveyed oppose the president's plan to grant amnesty to millions of illegal immigrants. 55% believe Congress should challenge the executive order in court. Also on Capitol Hill today, Acting Director of the Secret Service Joseph Clancy lays out his plan for fixing the agency's shortcomings, including a new training program.
This training involves dynamic scenario-based exercises simulating breaches of the White House grounds. My goal is to ensure that 100% of all White House branch officers receive this training by the end of the calendar year. Clancy
vows to get the Secret Service back on track. A federal judge overturns Montana's ban on same-sex marriages. And in South Carolina, a judge issues same-sex marriage licenses for the first time. Meanwhile, in Kansas, the Supreme Court rules the most populous county in the state may also issue licenses. Netflix postpones its launch of Bill Cosby's new stand-up special. The streaming site planned to debut the show next week, but now it's put on hold after two more women came forward with sexual allegations against the 77-year-old comedian. A federal safety agency urges car makers to recall millions of additional vehicles. The recall is due to defective airbags, which can rupture and send metal fragments flying. 5 deaths have already been linked to the exploding bags. Until now, the recalls were largely limited to high humidity areas like Florida. And baseball player John Carlos Stanton signs a record deal with the Miami Marlins. Get this. He'll get a whopping $325 million over the course of a 13-year contract. I went into the wrong field. The contract is the longest and most expensive contract in baseball history. Wow, can you imagine? That was your very latest Newsmax Now update. Always stay connected at newsmax.com.